So who's in for the weekend?
All right, so staying at my Airbnb, we got producer Chris, Vinny Paulino, Jenny Jingles, Lucy Tightbox. We got OJ is here, and he actually sent me he called me when I was taking my Uber in. He goes, Karl, what hotel should I stay at? Because the one that I checked into, there's prostitutes. There's no fewer than a dozen prostitutes. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. There's a dozen prostitutes in the parking lot. I said, well, I'll take a photo of that, and then I go drive north. Just start driving north until you find a hotel.
Where the fuck is he?
Do you know? Yeah,
I just texted him and asked him
what city
if
at
he
least?
knows what town he's in. Yeah,
I'd like to know the hotel.
I wonder if he's staying at 8 Mile. Right, because it's near the venue.
That's true.
The first time we came here, it was 4 years ago, we had the Isotopes playing. We had the Isotopes playing the same weekend.
Right.
So our go-go dancers came, and they didn't stay with us at the Airbnb. They stayed at a hotel, and they had the similar issue. So it's probably not a lot of choices around here, I don't think.
There are some pretty sketchy places that aren't far away. But there's some nice places, too.
Well, Stevenson 14, that area. There's some.
Yeah, well, we used to read one-star reviews from some of those places.
Yeah.
That's why I'd love to know where he was attempting to stay. So we could
remember the horrific microwave at the Budget Inn right on 8 Mile? That was a classic one.
Yeah, we could look up the one-star reviews. Yeah. So you got the whole crew, and Cardiff, I mentioned, was upset he couldn't make it because of a death in the family.
Bummer.
So that was unfortunate. Okay, so today it came out that the NFL has launched an investigation into Tyreek Hill beating the hell out of his estranged wife. She says she was beaten 8 times. Now, this is after there was a claim earlier, the plus-size model that said she broke her leg, and she actually had a rod put in her leg, and she had posted her x-rays on Twitter and stuff. Nobody gave a fuck. This, apparently the NFL does give a fuck, and they said it was kind of a standard investigation. Is anything going to happen to Tyreek Hill?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he'll be suspended.
You think so?
You think? Yeah. Although they tend now to wait until the judicial system has finished their, due process stuff with him.
But there's not going to be a judicial system
not for
in this case.
No.
So,
well, if Tua keeps playing the way that he did against the Colts, they might just cut him. we don't need a fast receiver on this team. We stink.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he still as fast as he was? Because as soon as he loses his wheels,
I haven't seen a team collapse as hard and fast as the Dolphins have. They are just garbage now.
I hope that's true.
Oh, you don't think? I don't think
they look.
Really
bad.
They look terrible.
Yeah.
Week
really
one,
bad.
but you can't judge a season by week.
Well,
one.
the Lions are pretty awful now too.
Did you watch the Lions game? By the way,
I sure did, buddy. I even bet on them. I'm a sucker.
What did you think? I mean, I was totally stunned myself.
It was such a poor performance on both sides of the ball. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And it's like the defense is healthy.
Yeah.
All last year, the problem was the defense wasn't healthy. And you got a third-string cornerback with a first-year safety. And so teams are just eating them up. Now you got the Hutchback, you got the team, and they couldn't get any pressure. And their O-line looked terrible.
Even when they blitzed, they couldn't get pressure, and then the linebackers couldn't get any depth, and they were just thrown over the top. Yeah,
and we heard so much about the scrimmages with the Dolphins, about how dominant they were, and it's like,
wow,
what the really?
The Dolphins. Green Bay might have a great team though too.
They do.
They do.
I mean, they obviously had a huge upgrade before the season started, which probably got everyone in the locker room pumped.
But what about the offense? I mean, the offense was just so inept. It was bizarre. I mean, they couldn't throw the ball downfield.
Yeah, it looked like the Goff everyone thought you guys were getting.
Yeah,
Goff without an offensive line is a different quarterback.
That's true of every quarterback, though.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I mean, I assume they're going to play better this week. I can't believe they're not going to play better this week.
I would not want to be their opponent this week.
Yeah, because they're home too.
You got the Bears, right?
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on in this game too, outside the lines. So yeah, who the Bills playing this week?
The Bills are at the Jets, 6.5-point favorites.
All right. How did WATP wrap up last night? I didn't get to see the end. Did you guys talk about Mersh? Because Karl was getting some heat for those who are uninitiated. Karl did a content hotel, which they're content houses with influencers and podcasters, and this is a content hotel with Anthony Cumillo there. Dave Landau was performing there. I mean, people will buy tickets to see Dave Landau anywhere, I assume.
Sure, and Rich Voss was a headliner. So the way that this whole thing worked, we're in the Catskills at the Villa Roma Resort, and Chrissy Mayer puts this whole thing on where she invites podcasters like myself and then stand-ups and like influencers and porn stars and OnlyFans girls and just a mishmash of people.
Were there OnlyFans girls there?
Oh, they sure were.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
No, so
I
they
went to
Invited
the
to
count.
Section 8 housing.
Wait,
Wow.
so they were making content at the hotel?
I don't know if they're making content at the hotel.
Well, they better be.
I'm not looking for that, obviously. I'm there with my wife.
But I mean, what are they doing there?
It's always good to have like really attractive girls with big boobs whenever you're putting on any type of show.
Agreed.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the Drew's not confused by this. So wait a second. She invited girls that are hot and are easy? What's that all about?
And they're not making content? No, I just thought they'd want to make some money.
Well, so anyway, it was the comedy shows, live podcasts every night. And then they had this 48-hour live stream where there was one room where everyone could go in there and do the live stream, and then they'd also go on remotes, and they had like what do you call the thing where you slide down the rail up high?
Zip line?
Zip line, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
I just
okay.
totally blanked on that. They had go-karts, they had bocce ball, they had beer pong. So it was like all these different like activities going on that was just on a 40-hour live stream on YouTube that anyone could watch. And then on top of that,
How was the live stream? Were a lot of people watching?
there were a lot of people watching. We had our criticisms of it. If you want to watch WATP from yesterday,
Yes.
Adam and I broke it down.
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I was so in agreement with Adam because Adam was talking about how, it's great if people are bringing you food all the time. It's great to work in a really clean area and all that. But, if the tech part is a little messed up, it just, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel.
And that sounded like a tech nightmare waiting to happen.
Well, and they didn't have
Putting
enough people.
multiple shows.
They didn't have enough people manning it. The guy Fealty, who was running a lot of it, I've worked with him before. He's fantastic, but he was stretched thin. When we did WATP live on the live stream on Saturday, I met up with him. He had 1 hour of sleep, and then we got to troubleshoot my stupid setup.
Yeah.
So I felt really bad about that. The computer was overheating. The
no.
machine they were using
Did
the
you
live
guys
stream.
bring your own equipment, or was
Well,
it all there?
I'm the only idiot who brings his own equipment. I set up
Smart.
a studio. I set up a studio in my room because I was doing Who Are These Socials and a bonus show. And then I had to
You're a
bring
professional, that's why.
Then I had to bring my studio to the theater. We did a live show Friday night at the theater, and then I had to bring my setup and set up again in the streaming room. So I was nonstop tearing down, setting up, tearing down, setting up.
So when you went to do the first show, was it like, I don't know if this is gonna work? Was there a lot of troubleshooting required to even get it going?
So the Villa Roma is a very old resort, and the sound guy's been there since probably the 1800s. And so I
Does
go
he have
in.
a megaphone?
So I go in, I go, yeah, I need an HDMI, and we're going to run, I got a DI box with XLRs. Like, we don't have any XLRs. I'm like, you know what XLRs?
What?
This is a theater with a stage? There's no XLR. He's like, I could probably find one. And then his HDMI only went like 6 feet. So I had to set up right next to the sound guy. So I was like, I was standing next to the sound guy, and everyone else was on a table going across because I was
man.
as far as I could stretch it.
Wow.
So was it hard to hold it together doing the show?
It was fine. Honestly, I've worked under more difficult conditions than that. Setting it up was a little bit tenuous, but it was okay.
What were the worst conditions than that?
Well,
City Winery in New York?
City Winery in New York was brutal. That was my least favorite gig of all time, for sure.
I just remember Anthony Cumia killing about 20 minutes doing stand-up while you guys were trying to pull it together.
Well, as I'm trying to troubleshoot,
And he was great.
As I'm trying to troubleshoot my computer and get the thing working, fortunately, we had this thing planned for the end of the show. There was a Stuttering John impression contest that Anthony's girlfriend Missy was running.
Uh-huh.
So as I'm like, can't get anything to work, I just go, Missy, Stuttering John contest right now. She's like, what? Really? Like, yes, we got to do that now.
It can't be as bad as the Gephardt's Basement setup.
Yeah.
That we used to see with Opie's show. I mean,
Literal duct tape on
duct
a
tape.
camera
Yeah.
set up on it.
I don't know. Why does he do this? He's still, this guy was part of the biggest radio show outside of Howard Stern in the rock format, which is really the format I think people look at as
For
something
sure.
that's doing something.
Yeah.
They were doing some really funny radio. And now he's doing a live stream on Facebook or YouTube.
He was fantasizing about talking to Howard Stern because him and Howard have never buried the hatchet. And Howard went through a whole thing where
Would Howard even give a shit? Would
No.
Howard go, this guy's nothing?
of course he wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
This is all in Opie's head that this would ever occur. But it was because, Weeze was just pushed out or retired or whatever happened. So Opie was talking about how when Howard called Weeze to apologize and, he's like, yeah, Weeze asked him to call me. And Howard said, no, I'm not calling Opie. And so Ron the Waiter, who's Opie's co-host now,
Yeah.
was like, wouldn't it be great if
Not quite a replacement for Anthony and Jim.
No,
not quite.
He's
Not-
more
not yet.
He's more
Give
like a
him some
whack
time.
packer. But Opie has him as a co-host, And Ron starts fantasizing immediately, and he goes, "Wow, wouldn't it be great if you could like make up with Howard, and then maybe we can get a job back at Sirius, and we can be on Sirius again?" I'm like, "These people are lost."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way, even if Opie did, if they were like, "Yeah, let's give Ope a shot," there's no way he's bringing Ron the Waiter with him as a co-host.
No.
Like, that would be Ron's last day.
He's failed at a Sirius show, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Why would he be better suited to do it now?
Well, he wouldn't.
No.
No.
So anyway, with the Content Hotel, it was one interesting thing that came up.
Yeah.
You were talking about where, because the first night was kind of rough and a lot of tech problems, which is just such a nightmare. I mean, listening to that, it really is stressing me out, thinking, oh, God, I know how that feels. It's so miserable. It's going to be set up better. Do another one tomorrow.
Well,
But the part that killed me was that they didn't realize how much work that there was actually prep that went into doing the show.
it wasn't because of tech problems. Honestly, our Friday night show was fine. The tech was, I had to figure it out, but we figured it out. But what happened was 2 days before the weekend, I get a text from Chrissy saying, "Hey, will you also do a WATP on the live stream on Saturday?"
Oh, okay.
And I went, "Sure." Cool. So I spent the entire weekend in my room prepping 2 different shows. As soon as we finished the first show, it's like, okay, what are we doing tomorrow?
You got to pull clips. You got to go through shows, make sure what the clips are good.
Fortunately, Stuttering John got drunk on his stream and was up till 3 a.m, so that made my job a little easier. He does that for me sometimes. Last time we were in Detroit, he was got really drunk on his stream.
Oh, that's right.
The week of the show, and I was like, great, we'll use this for Magic Bag.
What was he doing on his stream till 3 a.m?
Slurring with a couple of co-hosts who were also drinking and slurring. It's
what were they talking about?
It's Stuttering John. It's never about anything. He's been going through. He's been trying to do the top 250 guitarists from Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah, which is like a 10-year-old list.
Yeah, and he's been going through this on his show for weeks. He keeps going back to it, and then he gets bored and stops, and he comes back to it again. It's like,
we're at 203 now.
right? It's like,
we'll restart.
What are you doing? Just give us your top 10 if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Does he have good insight into the guitarists on the list anyways? I can't imagine he would.
He doesn't know who they are. He can't pronounce their names.
Yeah. So what does he do with, like, Yngwie Malmsteen?
His favorite thing to do is to let you know who he's friends with. Oh, yeah, I met, what's his name from Mountain West?
Leslie West.
Leslie West.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got a signed guitar from Leslie West. Wow, great insight, John.
Awesome.
It was like, in other words, Leslie West was trying to ingratiate himself with Howard, and he gave John something which actually Howard would not have liked.
Right.
But he thought it was a nice thing to do.
Oh, yeah, Howard hates it when people get gifts. Like, John would always get tickets to the Yankees games. and Howard
From
would be
answering the phone, right?
What Howard would be like, how'd you get those tickets? Like, oh, my buddy got it for me. He's like, how do you know your buddy? I've known him for a long time. It's like, well, he calls into the show. Yeah. It's like, so it's not your buddy. It's my fan, you idiot.
And to Howard's credit, Howard would always bring that out on the air, which were those are great. I love those.
Fun.
I mean, that was
and
was
John
the most...
never understood too. He would be arguing with him on the air, and then the E cameras would follow him back into his little call screening room, and he'd be like, I don't get it, man. This guy's been my buddy for a while. He's offered me tickets. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, he's my friend. I mean, I talked to him outside the show.
Right.
Wow. So you guys did how was the second show? That was...
All right, so we did the show in front of an audience on Friday night, and then Saturday afternoon we did it for the stream, and that was cool because Anthony missed our show Friday night because he went to a gala for WABC in Manhattan. So he was back.
Was Trump supposed to be at that?
He was supposed to be at that. So
okay.
Anthony stood me up, and then Trump stood up Anthony. So it's all is right.
You're even.
Yeah, but it was cool because we got Anthony to come over on the live stream and chatted with him about a whole bunch of different things. And then Chrissy came down and sat with us and chatted about stuff. So it was a nice little variety show, different than what we normally do. We were bouncing back and forth between different topics with Stuttering John, and then we were playing Is It Gay, this new game that we've developed with our review girl, Megan.
Great game.
So, yeah, I love it. So it was fun. It was more of a hang than I normally do, but it worked out well.
I don't know if Mike, your Jim is now in Mark's seat. Where'd Mark go?
I don't know. You didn't
Mark,
hear him
you
upstairs?
didn't hear him? Just ripped the loudest fart ever through headphones.
I blew my nose.
Bentley and I both looked at each other and were like, that couldn't be real.
I did not hear that. Anyway, you guys may not know this guy. Have you seen this dude, Karmic X? Have you ever heard of Karmic X?
I don't think so.
Okay, he's a guy that just... the Dabbleverse is WATP, Shuley, Uncle Rico Show.
Yeah.
Bedabbler,
Yep.
which is Tukey.
Cardiff.
Cardiff's got a show. Cardiff does stuff. I mean, there's a lot of funny stuff going on, and there's some shows that really are adjacent to the Dabbleverse, like Mersh. I didn't realize he was so involved.
Well, he's getting himself involved now. He's getting a lot of heat from talking about me.
Okay.
I called him a loser on my show, and he got he's playing the victim now all this week. He's like, whoa, what's going on here? I can't believe this guy. Someone would call me a loser.
I was just having fun
Right.
calling their content hotel Section 8 housing. I mean, geez. No, it was kind of cool seeing him put himself in the victim position because he doesn't get there very often.
No, Mersh takes shots at everyone all the time. We were playing the clip on the show yesterday where Mersh goes, and they're saying that I think Chrissy Mayer's a bad mom. I've never said that. And then you have the clip where it's just like talking about how she's ready to kill her son. And she didn't go on this vacation. She probably would have. It's like, it sounds like you think she's a bad mom. I don't know.
Anyway, Karmic X, just suddenly this guy started streaming, Mike. Like, who is this guy? He's talking about the Dabbleverse. He's talking about all these other guys and all these shows, and also Steel Toe. And who is he? And honestly, I didn't know. All I knew is that this guy was streaming by himself. He had nothing to talk about, and he had some of the worst crutches I've ever heard. But I digress. That's one of them. What's the other one?
If you will, as it were.
Yeah, they come up all the time, and I've noticed a lot of other people are starting to say that a lot.
But I digress. I'm hearing on every show now.
Yeah.
It's contagious.
So as I'm watching, I'm like, why am I watching this? And it's like, well, I'm watching it because this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's by himself.
Yeah,
and
train wreck factor.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see what's happening. Sometimes he's doing okay, and sometimes less. And then one time I'm watching him, I'm like, what is he possibly going to fill all the space with? Because he says, I'm going to be streaming for a couple hours tonight. I'm like, what is he going to talk for 2 hours? Anyway, he has a couple drinks, has a couple cigarettes. He's going on and on about various things, really nothing. And then all of a sudden, he starts getting really emotional. He starts crying on the live stream. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. And so then,
What's he crying about?
what makes him cry?
Okay,
There's got to be something.
There's a number of things.
Big.
He's very emotionally stunted, but
There were some super chats that made him cry,
Okay.
I believe. Some people, you spend $5 or whatever you want to spend, and then he has to read it.
Yeah.
And some people were ragging him.
Oh, okay.
And so I think he was crying about a
Because he was
super
bummed?
chat.
He was bummed about it.
Yeah, we've seen that before, though, because Steel Toe's partner, Johnny Crutches, there was a super chat.
that was actually from Mersh.
That's right.
Mersh
Yeah.
wrote in and just said, "You're not funny," and he bawled for the next hour off and on.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
And Aaron kept going, "Hey, are you okay, man?" It's like, no, he's crying. Take him off the screen.
He was left on the screen the whole time.
You sound like very unstable people.
Yes.
Like
very
that's what
much.
this sounds like.
So this guy Karmic, I mean, I've become fascinated with him, and it's not just me. He's got like 7,000 subs.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
out of nowhere, and he doesn't really have anything to talk about other than these other shows from time to time, and he gets really feisty and mad, and he calls people out. And it's like, oh, what are you even talking
He's
about?
the
But-
only man in the Dabbleverse. I walk through the valley of men. He's always talking about how cool he is. And then we find out, so he's in this really rural part of Minnesota, and he doesn't really get out and see people very much. We find out he starts dating this girl, Felicia Gillespie. And Felicia's attached to like MLC, Kevin Brennan.
She's Dabbleverse adjacent
She
too.
is. She dated Pat Dixon. That's what she's known for.
Who's a
actually.
stand-up.
Yeah, who actually did our creep off roast Pat Dixon did, and she came with him to Rochester, so I'd hung out with her before. Anyway, they start dating. It's this weird thing, and everyone's fascinated by it, and so everyone's watching them, and they're describing their sex life. Very detailed description, which I always find so gross.
Yeah, it was really awful.
They go on Kevin Brennan's show and talk about Thursday night I gave him a blowjob, but he couldn't really get it up. And then Friday, Sunday he went down on me. It's just like, why are you guys talking about any of this stuff? We find out that Karmic, that's the second girl he's ever been with. He's 42 years old. That's the second girl he's ever had sex with. And
that didn't surprise me.
It didn't surprise me either, but it's just like you've been talking about what a manly man you are all this time. He calls me out specifically, and I was like, I don't know that you really have a leg to stand on, sir.
No, but all this manliness, he cries on his live stream. I mean, like 3 nights in a row he was crying.
Yeah, he gets drunk and cries. Those are the best ones.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
So anyway, he took his first plane flight. He's like, yeah, I've never been on a plane. It's crazy. So he flies like a 35-minute flight to meet her,
Yeah,
correct?
in Minneapolis, right?
And then he was talking about, and I'm not joking, he's like, yeah, I got to go to some new restaurants like Chipotle's and Five Guys. And
No.
he's never been.
That's how rural it is. He was blown away by this.
He was serious, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I was going to say, is he kidding? He's got to be joking.
No, he's not kidding. And also, he plays these. I don't mean to really pile on this guy, but I was fascinated. He plays, are those AI songs that he makes?
He does a lot of AI stuff. So he's got the animation, the big titted girl animation stuff that he
Right,
does.
yeah.
And all that music that he plays. He's put out like albums. He streams this stuff. He thinks he's an artist because he creates AI
it's the most
music.
horrible
I
music.
need to hear some of this.
It's
Can we-
ghastly.
It's gay.
Yeah, it's
I
really
use
gay.
one
It's-
word for it.
It's extremely gay.
It's really gay.
No, it's so bad. No, we'll get on as soon as we cut out here in a few minutes.
Okay.
We'll definitely check out some Karmic X. And if you like train wrecks, it's interesting. He's getting better at it, isn't he? A little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it can only get better. He started off. This world is so weird. He started off just in the comment section or the chat.
Yeah.
And he was a big fan of Pat Dixon. And then on MLC, people just keep seeing Karmic X showing up there, and he's chatting. And that like Mr. Kill Everything's another example. All of a sudden, these people who are in the comments become personalities.
Yeah, because they
So
comment so
bizarre.
much. People are aware of them. They're in the chat all the time.
Right.
I mean, if you watch shows live, like a lot of these people do. I mean, I'm sure other people watch other shows. You do meet people in the chat. And you get familiar with their senses of humor, and I guess that's how he got known. But I would never have dreamed that this guy would start streaming for hours and hours because he had to monetize, and you have to stream for how many hours to monetize?
Well, yeah, the watch.
a lot.
I don't even know because I've been signed up so long ago. But there's a certain number of watch hours you have to get, and a certain number of subscribers you have to get, and then you can monetize. But actually, he got set up with Patrick Melton's system, Super Tip.
Yeah.
And Super Tip, you don't have to have anything with YouTube. You can just set it up in the background and make money off your show. And he got that set up really quick.
Yeah, super tip is when if you want a super chat, you basically pay the host money. We had super chats on Sunday. I didn't even know, and I didn't read them. I felt terrible about it. And we will. Are we doing? What time is the Bears game, Lions?
1.
Okay, so we will be live. We will have the Lions overreaction show
I did
immediately
see a
following.
$20 super chat on your overreaction show.
You sent us one?
No, I saw one.
Oh.
'Cause I was watching live and I was like, oh, sweet.
Damn, I
There's some
meant
money
to
over
read
there.
it.
Oh, Drew.
But anyway, so yeah, he was getting super chats, and he was when people buy super chats though.
Super Tip is the system where you can have an AI voice. So
Yeah.
like when you
read
watch,
it. Yeah.
When you watch WATP on Wednesdays, people can go to the Super Tip, and then you can have Howard Stern read something, or you actually have the guys interacting with each other. So like Stuttering John can talk to Opie, and then you can have my voice come in, and Lucy Tightbox.
It's
answer
really
that.
good. The voices are
yeah,
great
it's cool.
though.
They're fun.
I mean, that's really one of the cooler things I've seen AI do.
Yeah. People really enjoy the system. I think it actually adds to the show. We've talked about it before. Any talk show that relies on callers probably isn't the best talk show because you should rely on the audience.
No, you should be able to carry the audience yourself.
But this actually builds comedic value into it immediately. And then there's some people who are really clever with it.
yeah, there's some really. I got to say, one thing that's happened with podcasting, you found out all these people. When I was doing radio, I thought some of these people are funnier than me. Why aren't they doing something like this? Well, a lot of them are now.
Yeah.
I mean, and you see a lot of those really fun, fucking hilarious super chats and comments, and it's like, yeah, some of these
It's
people.
like JT the Brick. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah,
yes,
sure.
of course.
He used to call into Jim Rome's show. And he had
Yeah.
the hottest takes, and he won the whatever that thing was called.
Yeah. Take of the day.
the
Or
roast off, or
Whatever it was. And then they're like, yeah, we'll give you a radio show.
He was on overnights,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
every morning when I drove into work
Yeah.
for
Good.
years.
Totally.
Smack Off. Was that what it was?
smack off. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, doing sports. But Stuttering John thought that this comics, he calls him Karmics. It's Karmic X, but he thinks his name is Karmics. This comics, I thought he was a good young talent, and I invited him on my show. And where's John stand with Karmics? Are they friends?
I don't think John's friends with anyone.
But did he have Karmics on his show, or did he go on Karmic's show?
Okay, so this is the drama that went down. This is how dumb this world is. I promise you I'm not in this part of this world. So Karmic goes on John's show, and Karmic is a regular on Kevin Brennan's show. And Kevin Brennan gets pissed when you do other people's shows. And so what Kevin says is, well, I'll just never pay you ever again because you weren't on John's show and he didn't pay you. So that means your value is zero. So I'm going to stop having you on. So then Karmic starts crying on his show the next day because Kevin's not going to pay him to do his show anymore. And John's all upset. He's just like, I'm sorry. I don't know why Kevin Brennan's not paying this guy. Now he's mad at me because they had a falling out over it.
Yeah, I think John thought he was a mentor to comics.
Yeah. Steel Toe did too, if you remember. This was months ago. But when Karmic first started making the scene, people were paying attention to him. Steel Toe had him on and was just like, hey, man, next time you want to go on a rant or you want to talk shit about someone, just come on my show and do it. Like Aaron thought he was going to just
I saw that.
steal
yeah.
that.
Did he ever go on with Steel
No,
Toe?
he's like, why would I do that on my stream? Why would I do it on yours?
Rejected.
Yep.
And by the way, one of the funniest things I've seen in a while was Blind Mike was talking about the goal and the steel toe guy who spends a lot of his time just asking for money. It's is there anyone else who does this in a podcast form? Who just says, "Yeah, I need you to send me money, and you make $300 every day, and then I do my content in between reminding you I need money." I mean, who else does that? I don't know anyone that does that.
And it's funny, whenever we call him out for it, he always says, that's the only way this show can make money. We're all like, none of us do this. Why are you doing that? He's like, it's unique to this show. This is the only way that we can do it.
They won't buy advertising. They won't buy super chats. They won't buy Patreon memberships, but they will send him money, apparently. So he asks for money all the time. So anyway, there's a school shooting. He's like, yeah, this wants to be a safe place for you to sound off and, we can all kind of flesh this out, get our emotions out, and maybe send me a few bucks. I'm not too worried about the goal today, but and then as it goes on, he's asking for money more and more. So Blind Mike was doing the beggy monster. It's a voice he uses.
It's great.
to basically demand money, and he's like, turn that red to green, and anyways, using that alien voice on his board.
It was so funny because Aaron's the one who first brought up the beggy monster because he gets embarrassed when he begs for money so much. He's just like, guys, come on, you don't want the beggy monster coming out. Just please donate money. And Blind Mike ran with that. And just like, Aaron, it's the beggy monster. Why aren't they donating, Aaron?
Yeah.
And then last night, now I'm losing track of time. No, I guess it was last night. Aaron goes out and does an emergency show to talk about Charlie Kirk. The
an
assassination.
emergency? Because Steel Toe does emergency shows too?
Well, I mean, he covers the news. This is big news.
Oh, okay.
So he's covering the assassination.
He doesn't ask for money on an emergency show, does he?
He was begging for money.
After Charlie Kirk?
God,
And
that's
so he's
so
begging
bad.
for money based on the fact people are watching because of this assassination. And then that clip goes around, and Anthony Cumia calls him out.
Good. And
And so on today's show, Aaron's calling out Anthony. Oh, fuck you, Anthony! You're a dinosaur. No one cares what you think. You're old school. You don't know what we're doing these days.
Yeah, everybody's begging for money, man.
I might play that on the live show tomorrow night because I was fascinated by it.
So bad.
Did he get much money?
I think he hit his goal. I was
he hit the
bragging
goal.
about it.
What
Yeah,
is
I
his
hit the
goal? Does he have the same goal
It's
every night?
$300.
Yeah, in the morning it's 300. In the evening it's 200.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
two shows. How many days a week?
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are 2 shows. Thursday, Friday are one show, and then Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Another show. He's on the internet a lot, and it's funny because one of the things that he always likes to rail against the detractors and all the haters out there. He's like, "You guys are on the internet way too much. Go outside and touch grass." Meanwhile, that guy's like literally his face is on the internet more than I'm on the internet.
Yeah, 2 shows a day.
Yeah.
And
Anybody
the
else you get
the
out?
first show's 4.5 to 5 hours, and then the evening show is another 2.5 to 3.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
Where do his kids come into play?
I know.
He's got 3 kids. Holy shit. And Dark Side Phil, that's another guy, though. He begs for money, does he? What does Dark Side Phil do? Is Dark Side Phil? Isn't that somebody? Is that a real person?
Oh, yes, DSP. Okay. DSP, I know, I get confused with all these guys. So DSP goes way back at streaming on the internet, like before YouTubers. And he was a guy who, like a lot of people on Twitch and the systems before that, was playing video games.
Right.
And he's not very good at video games, but he's one of the first to do it. So he got an audience of people watching him play these video games. Well, then they worked into these systems where people can tip while you're playing video
Hey,
games.
are you guys surprised that people want to watch other people play video games?
I used to be. I kind of get it now.
Really?
Yeah, these games are so involved. I would never be able to get as far into them as some of these people do now. Like first-person shooters is weird to me. Like, who cares?
But
That's
to keep
boring.
watching them over and over?
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, it's like
the-
you like watching baseball, right?
Yeah,
you
but
can play baseball, but they're
those
better
are,
than
those
you.
Are those are serious athletes. This
So are
is
these.
somebody playing a game.
Yeah, they're
they're
putting
serious
them
athletes.
in stadiums now.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously.
you guys,
It's so
I've seen that
bizarre.
for
You guys know
10
Chuck
years.
Klosterman?
You can
For
get-
sure.
Chuck Klosterman, yeah, the writer.
Yeah,
love
love
him.
him.
Love
Sure.
him too. One of the books he wrote, he talked about how video games have become movies
Yep.
that you determine that you are writing on the fly.
Yep.
And so a lot of these video games people are watching, it's because this is actually a movie that's unfolding, and you don't know how it's going to go, and no one does. So that's part of it. Anyway, Dark Side Phil started getting people watching him, and all of these systems like Twitch started to incorporate this super chatting or tipping system, and he got addicted to it, as a lot of these guys do. And so now all he does is go on YouTube and beg for money multiple times a day. And he wants you to give him a certain amount of money so that he can go and buy a sandwich at Wendy's. And then he'll come home and eat it and tell you how it is. Like he has like the worst gimmicks for it.
Carl, he was doing something because I saw him on your show. I was like, who is this guy? I turned it on. And I was like, this guy's terrible. But then go, yeah, if I get $10, I'll put this hat on.
You're right.
Like, who cares?
It's stuff like that. And Aaron does that kind of stuff now, too.
There
Yeah.
can't be a longevity for that.
This guy,
been doing
Dark
it
Side
for
Phil's been doing it for
almost
Seriously?
decades.
I'll
Yeah.
put a hat on, I'll eat Wendy's? Like, that can't.
Yeah.
But so here's what the part of it is that it's hard to comprehend. The people who are giving him money are doing it to humiliate him. He's not like he
Okay.
has fans,
Yeah.
Everyone basically hates him.
But they're giving real money.
but they're giving real
yeah,
money.
they are.
Yeah.
No,
There,
it's
there was that guy, King Cobra. He just passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Age 34. Very sad. We covered him a lot on Who Are These Socials because he's a guy who's on YouTube, and people just clowned him. And they'd send food to his house. They knew where he lived. So they'd send deliveries to his house. They'd make him eat this really gross pizza with
Well,
gross
it's
toppings.
kind of funny when he's just sitting there comfortably watching TV and you see that somebody's made the order and you know that door is going to get a knock pretty soon.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
Right.
the
I mean,
door
it's
knock,
ju-
who is this?
It's just such a weird world we're living in.
I
Like,
know,
we had
it's
such
insane.
rules against. Remember listener food?
Yeah.
It was like, well, yeah, you can eat
I'm
it
not
if you
eating
want,
listener
but it's
food.
listener food.
Right.
It's like, God knows what's
Well,
in
yeah,
that.
you don't
Like,
know.
You don't know.
But yeah,
Wouldn't dare eat it.
He would get tons of food ordered to his house, wouldn't he?
King Cobra?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was known for eating the grossest stuff. No matter what you said him, he would eat it.
Do we know how he died?
It was a
Say
heart
food
attack.
poisoning.
It was a heart attack, but
Wow, he's 34, wasn't he?
yeah, he was a heavy drinker and he did not eat well. But there's also, I talked about this. He dated this other streamer for a little while, this girl
Yeah.
who's Jessica, who's crazy. And Jessica sent a care package to him after Ozzy died because he's the biggest Ozzy fan in the world. And she showed the care package and there was a poisonous seed in there.
What?
And people think he might have ingested this because the night before he died, he was on stream talking about how he's vomiting and he has diarrhea and his heart is racing and a lot of the symptoms of like being poisoned.
What was the seed?
I forget the name of it.
So did they do an autopsy or anything?
There has been an autopsy. We haven't gotten the results yet.
Wow.
But the initial thought, his dad found him, unfortunately. And
Jeez.
heart attack was the initial.
Is there an investigation after this is?
I don't know.
I mean,
I might get called
sounds
in.
like there should be.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
covered it. I might get called in on that.
God, how weird.
You're getting
that
used to lawsuits.
Your kid,
Courtrooms, no big deal.
Right.
your kid who is probably a lot weird, becomes this YouTube personality who's getting trolled basically round the clock. He's addicted to being trolled and is apparently, wait, do you watch this or do you just go, oh, fuck, what's happening to my kid? I mean, it's
Yeah.
happening in front of the world.
Yeah, and
he had a lot of viewers.
his dad actually came on after the death and did a video where he was tearing up and talking about how his name's Josh. Josh was always bullied in school and always picked on. He's autistic and he never really found his way. But he's like
loses.
he had this community and he was like there's something like there's almost some pride about it. They had built up this following and he was very well known. There's subreddits dedicated to this guy. And
He was
YouTube
famous.
channels. He was famous.
Yeah.
So there's something to that, right?
Yeah. All right, so
something.
we're gonna have a Who These podcasts at the Magic Bag with Dave Landau
Oh, I can't wait.
Friday night, tomorrow night. And then I don't know if people are this far into the show, but we'll hopefully see some people at the Rock on Third this evening at 7:30. Who knows who will show up? But Karl, thanks for coming by.
I put the word out for everybody, so I think we'll have a good crew of people
I'll retweet you.
checking that out.
Cool.
He says, so OJ said the hotel that he went to where
Yeah.
there were hookers in the daytime in the parking lot, said it was Ferndale on 8 Mile.
Did you mention the name of the hotel?
Yeah, 8 Mile.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 Mile's the key there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big key.
You mentioned the name?
Well, it'll take too long. It took him
Okay,
that long to
that's
get
all
back
right.
to me that time.
All right.